Today I fucked up by asking my friend who he lost his virginity to. Obligatory, this happened yesterday, on mobile. English is my only language, so any mistakes are all me, etc. etc. Backstory: me and this guy, have been friends since high school. We did date briefly and during that time, but it was short-lived and we remained friends. We've lost touch here and there over the years as he moved out of state shortly after HS and isn't big on social media, and he regularly changes his phone number. We were out of touch for 2 to 3 years and have been back in touch for 2 years currently. So S is in town visiting family and asks if we can grab a drink, catch up, all that good stuff, since we haven't seen each other face to face in like 10 years. Sure, we make a day of it. Pizza, beer, good times. The topic of exes/dating horror stories comes up. We share, commiserate, laugh at ourselves, at each other. It's all good. We start joking about the songs people lost their virginity to. I'm slightly more than tipsy at this point from drinking all afternoon, and ask him if he remembers what song he lost his virginity to. The conversation is as follows: S, oh yeah, it was Voodoo by Godsmack. Me, laughing, oh man, Godsmack, wow. So who did you lose your virginity to? S, completely deadpan, I was fucking mortified. So what do I do when I'm mortified? I fucking laugh. Of course I do. So here I am, not remembering this poor dude lost his virginity to me, and I'm laughing my ass off at what a terrible person I am. I want to die. I'm apologizing profusely through tears of laughter because I'm drunk and an asshole. Thankfully he didn't just get up and leave after that severe blow to the ego, but I could not make direct eye contact for the rest of the evening because the shame and embarrassment were real. TL, Doctor, I asked my friend who he lost his virginity to. It was me. Edit, well, this blew up. Some clarification. 1. I did know he lost his virginity to me. I forgot. It was not a mutual losing of virginities. 2. The sex was in high school, over 20 years ago. 3. We're cool. He's known me for, over 20 years. He knows I'm an insensitive tool. 4. I don't remember what song I lost my virginity to, sorry guys. I'm laughing my ass off at the wholesome awards. Thanks my dudes. Edit part 2, Electric Boogaloo. 1. Since it came up multiple times, I'm a woman, which leads to 2. To all the salty dudes trying to low and not so low-key slut shame me, stay mad bro. If I was him, I'd be flattered that you didn't remember me as being a virgin. Means I didn't disappoint you too bad. Lol. True. But from what I got out of this was that she simply doesn't remember sex with him at all, implying he wasn't memorable in the slightest. If he never told you he was your first, everything is good. But Op apparently also forgot that they had sex since Op had to ask who that was that made sweet love to Godsmack with this poor human being. I'm not the one who's so far away when I feel the snake bite enter my veins. Never did I want to be here again, and I don't remember why I came. Now the lyrics apply to this event. Congrats. If it makes you feel better, I lost my virginity to Cedric's death in Harry Potter 4, so not remembering or even Godsmack may be a better choice. How? I once asked the girl who won, the equivalent of, homecoming queen with me, and who rode in the car with me, and walked out with me during the halftime. Hey, were you at the homecoming game? When did I ask this? At homecoming after party. The next day. I'm dumb. Today I fucked up by throwing illegal boxing match. Okay, so it was more like yesterday. Oh, I'm the big homie in my neighborhood with a bunch of young adults between the ages of 15 to 23. Myself 37. Now as their big homie, my job is to make sure they stay out of as much trouble as possible, especially within the neighborhood. I let them do things like smoke weed, skip school, and recorded music at my house. As long as they're respectful to the elders, help cut grass, bring in groceries, that kinda stuff. Basically keep them out the street while they try to find themselves. We were all teens once, so I get it. But I got these two 18 years old who I've known before they got here, cause most of these kids I went to high school with their parents. But these two hated one another since they were little and was always fighting. This have been going on for about 8 years until yesterday. So let's call Kid 1 Yellow and Kid 2 Red. Red has an older half-sister by 2 years who moved here a few years ago and didn't know anything about the beef between the two before she got here. And to make a long story less long, Red's sister run knowing that this her brother enemy falls for Yellow, and now they have a 10-month-old baby that she's been hiding, who's the father from her brother since she found out she was pregnant. So due to a slip of the tongue, Red mama tells the sister to have Yellow get the baby some more diapers cause she running low, forgetting Red was home. Now Red pissed and wants to kill Yellow for sleeping with his sister, and yes, he was the only one in the hood who didn't know, so he's pissed at everyone else too. His mom and sister tells him the beef is stupid and reminds him how much he loves his niece. Red don't wanna hear it, so they call me. I have Red and Yellow come over to dead the beef or shit's going to get real. After calming Red down for about an hour, we decided to let them boxing it out. I give each some gloves and thrown them in the backyard and tell them have at. One of the lil homies give word to the hood what's going on. Now I literally got everybody and they mama in my backyard. Ask on, I tell everyone no phones or I'll have them fight it out in my basement. My big homie powers work, they agreed and they're ready to box. Red mom also tell them she wants them to hug it out after, since their family no matter who wins first to hit ground loses. Okay, so they get to boxing, thrown hard blows left and right but both still on their feet. This goes on about 20 minutes and people are taking bets, drinking, smoking, regularly hood shit. Yellow finally goes down. I think he took a dive for Red's sister TBH. Red talking shit and giving high fives to the brothers, and you hear his mom say now hug it out. They do, both with tears in their eye. I'm guessing both glad to be done with the beef. That's when I hear a excuse me, whose house is this? You guessed it, it's the police. Before anybody can run I say me and go around to the front to talk with the cops and explain what's going on. It's little too late to hide the weed and gambling cause the cops saw the whole fight lamau. But they listened and understood my story along with help from Red's mom. So they said they came out for a simple noise valuation, but with all the extracurriculars going on they couldn't just let me off with a warning. So this cool ass cop says how much you think your ticket should be. I say $200. He say how about $250 and I'll write it up as a speeding ticket. I say deal. He writes me my ticket and go on his way. TLDR. I got $250 ticket stopping 8-year-old beef. I really enjoyed this today. I fucked up. You should look into starting a boxing club. The first role of Big Homie's club is Sergeant, hey rookie. What happened with that noise violation? Rookie, oh, I gave the guy a speeding ticket. Sergeant, thoughtful face. Rookie, winking face. 2 weeks later, Rookie is fired for falsifying the speeding ticket when he could have written a slap on the wrist noise violation for the same amount of money. Great move, man. Thanks for being a professional human. But now your car insurance is going to go up with the speeding violation. Not worried about that, the car don't even work and hasn't for years. 9 times out of 10 the cop won't show up to dispute the charge, and one look you can tell the car don't work. So with a few good words and some luck, ticket probably get thrown out and looked as a mistake or something. If not, then it's just one I'll have to take for the team. Better than jail tow. Today I fucked up by having hungover sex. So I, 27F, have been dating this guy, 29M, for about a month and a half. We have a great connection, and the sex is amazing. I have no complaints. So I went to his place last night, and we got pretty drunk. Unsurprisingly, this morning I felt like shit. Not stuck in the bathroom throwing up hungover, but definitely had a headache and stomachache. I'm getting ready to leave his place, but I wanna get one last good session in before I go. Everything is going great, and we're talking real dirty. He says something about putting it in my ass. I'm horny and into it, so I tell him to go for it. There's a small little voice in my head saying maybe this isn't a good idea since I don't feel so hot, but I told that voice to STFU. Initially, it's fine, smooth sailing, but maybe a minute or two into it, it starts to feel really wet down there. In my head I'm like, okay, there's a chance there's a little bit of shit on his dick, but it comes with the territory, so it's cool. We finish up after another minute or two. After we're done, he immediately hops up and turns the shower on. He motions for me to take his hand and get up. I'm thinking, oh my god, this must be worse than I thought. Get in the shower and there's a decent sized mess. I'm a little embarrassed, but like I said, it comes with the territory. It wasn't until I got of the shower and saw there was shit all over his bed. Not like a small smear, I'm talking actually shit. I'm horrified. He jumps in the shower after me as I strip his bed. I go in the bathroom and start to apologize when he stops me and says there's nothing to apologize for. He's being so incredibly sweet, but I am still so embarrassed I can't even look at him. I finally lighten up a little bit, and soon we're laughing and making jokes about it. Guess we can skip the whole phase where we're too shy to poop and fart around each other. Too long didn't read. I had anal while hungover and shit on this guy's bed. Edit, formatting. Perfect. Too long didn't read. 10/10 would read again. Great job asserting dominance. If he takes the dirt road home, it's not the first time he's seen some mud. Somehow, that's almost poetic, bro. Checks username. Makes perfect sense. All it took was number 2 to show he's the one. What a fun story for after you're married and people ask you when you knew that he was the one.